Welcome to Padu Motivations. Hey, it's that time. I can't believe it. I've had this vehicle, my Tesla Model 3 2023, for about a year and a half now, about 15 months to be exact. And in this video, I'm going to talk about, number one, why I went electric. I'm going to talk about some of the likes, dislikes of my Tesla Model 3. Most importantly, I'm going to talk a little bit about savings, if any. So we're going to talk about that. You know what? Owning this vehicle was definitely a life-changing experience because you figure once you go from gas to electric, part of your life is going to change because you're not going to be at gas stations or oil changes and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm going to talk about. So let's get into the video. First of all, this is a 2023 Tesla Model 3. It is rear wheel drive. This is the base model. You can't get any basic than this. As you can see, it's definitely a beautiful car. The range is about, when I first purchased it, I got 272 miles of range. Now I'm getting about 262, somewhere around that. Okay, owning a Tesla, the inside of the vehicle is so much different than a gas-powered vehicle. If you look inside, it's a very minimalistic view, minimalistic look. There's no buttons, there's not a lot of knobs all over the place. So I really like that. Also, you have the beautiful sunroof here, which adds a really nice style to the vehicle. For me, it makes me less claustrophobic by having this beautiful sunroof. Sometimes with this sunroof, we live in sunny Phoenix, Arizona, so uh, the sometimes it does provide a lot of heat. So that's why I purchased a sunroof protector as well. And you can look at that in some of my videos. I have a Vion sunroof protector, and that seems to work very nicely. I'm going to tell you something. One thing I really love about going all electric is I don't have to go to places like this, a gas station, and deal with this type of chaos just to fuel my vehicle. So that you're going to notice an uh, immediate change in your life. Once you own an electric vehicle, or for me, for my Tesla Model 3, you're going to notice an immediate savings on fuel. So for instance, I drove my vehicle, I get about 262 miles of range. So I drained the vehicle at zero or close to zero. When I went to fill up at my house, it's $9. So if I didn't have an electric vehicle, to fill this up would have probably been at least 50, 60 bucks. And in some cases, shoot, some people are at the gas station spending like $127. Hopefully that's a truck, but I do not miss coming to places like this at all. This is a game changer in my mind. Another thing I love about my Tesla is voice commands, and that's how I found this charging station. So all you want to do for voice command, one of hundreds, find me Tesla supercharging stations. And then you just go right here. I happen to be at the destination right now. It has the stalls that are available, if it's available, where it's located, how many miles away, if it's open. Um, and it gives you all the information on it as well. I've never had an issue so far in my year and a half of owning my Tesla Model 3 is finding a Tesla supercharging station. As you can see, we went to the touchscreen and found a whole bunch of them. Once you get to the station, all you do is back up, and it's so simple. With Tesla, they have all your card information right in the system. So guess what? Once I get here, I just pull it out, press this little button, or hit this if it doesn't work. And then once that turns white, you plug it in, start charging immediately. Then when you're ready to leave, take it, pop it out, you're on your way. It's just that simple. It beats going to a gas station, spending all that money. I'm going to tell you one thing I love about my Tesla Model 3. You open up the hood, and guess what? There's no there's no engine here. There's not a starter. There's not an alternator. There's not a battery. And not to mention all the fluids in here. I mean, come on. There's no number one, there's no oil. There's no gas. There's no power steering fluid. There's no transmission fluid. There's no all kinds of fluids that you have in a regular gas or combustible engine vehicle. You don't have it here. So with that being said, you're going to save a lot of money on repairs because all those different components I just mentioned and fluids I just mentioned, that takes it out of the equation. The only fluids that I really had to put in my Tesla Model 3 for the last 15 months, guess what that fluid was? Windshield washer fluid. That's the only fluid I ever had to put in there, and that was it. That's it. And that was like $2. So that I really love. Remember, Tesla engines or Teslas only have 17 moving parts. The average combustible engine or gas powered vehicle has 200. So I mean, my critical thinking says 17 moving parts, 200 moving parts. That vehicle that has 200 moving parts typically is going to break down more often and more frequently, and it's going to cost you a little bit more money to repair. Okay, this is a beautiful car inside and out. One of my dislikes is the back seat of a Tesla Model 3. There's not a lot of room back here. I'm 6'1", and I mean, it's not bad, but it's still a little tight, so I'm not really crazy about that. The front two seats are totally comfortable, it's luxurious, everything about it I love. The back seat, not so much. Getting out of a Tesla also could be somewhat difficult because it sits very low to the ground. The clearance, I believe, is about only from the base of the vehicle to the ground. It's only about, I think, 5.3 inches. So it takes a little bit of energy just to get out of the vehicle because it sits so low. So that's one thing I'm not really crazy about. The only thing you can do about that is, hey, upgrade to a Model Y, which sits a lot higher. Okay. Another thing I don't like about my Tesla is, in order to open the glove compartment, most vehicles, you just open the glove compartment like that. With the Tesla, you actually have to go to the touch screen, and then you got to go to the controls, and then you got to do glove box. So I'm not crazy about that, but you could do voice commands for the glove box. Open glove box. So that works as well. Also, I have it set up where I can actually hit this button right here and open my glove box. That requires some setting up to do. If you go to one of my videos on how to open a glove box, you'll actually see it. So that I'm not crazy about as well. All right, let's talk about the technology of my Tesla Model 3. I'm telling you, this vehicle is basically a computer on wheels. First of all, the Tesla Model 3 has eight different cameras. It has your side cameras here. It's got three of them here. It's got one in the front. It's got two in the back as well. Those cameras are used for guidance. Also is used for security purposes also. With Sentry Mode, which is one of my favorite features of the Tesla Model 3. What Sentry Mode is, when your vehicle is parked and locked, the onboard cameras monitor the surroundings of your vehicle and even inside the vehicle. And you can monitor that all through the Tesla handy dandy app. You can monitor that no matter where you are on the planet. So if you have your vehicle parked at an airport, you can see what's going on with it. And as I stated, it all goes right through the app, and you can go right into live camera mode here. Sometimes it just takes a second to load. So you have everything right here. You have the side view, front view, rear view, rear view right here. You can see it has that there. Look at the front. It's showing right in front of us right now. Also, check it out. It can also do the inside of the vehicle as well. So that's the Tesla Model 3 is probably, or Tesla's is probably one of the most sophisticated cars really ever made right now. But so not only is it beautiful looking, it's sleek, it also is packed with the technology. And we're going to go inside the car, and I'm going to show you something else as far as the technology, and that's the dash cam feature. So let's check it out. All Teslas come with onboard dash cam. So to access the dash cam, all you want to do is click on that right there, and then you have all your video footage right here of what's going on. It's time stamped as well, so you can see everything right here. It actually has your the trips that you've actually made as you driving or whatever. And remember, what I like about this is with these clips, it keeps a rolling 1 hour video a clip of all of your driving. So if you got into an accident or someone hit you, or you'll be able to save this footage onto a jump drive, which is located right in your glove compartment, and you can use that for law enforcement or what have you, or your insurance company. And you have it right here. This is your dash cam clip. That's, the USB drive right here. It's right there. Okay, so that's a great feature. Here's some other cool technology on the Tesla Model 3. How many vehicles can you change your lock sound? So for instance, I can change my lock sound to a chirp, applause, a clown horn. You can do all that right through the touchscreen. How many vehicles can you change your horn sound from here to replace the horn sound to, say, La Cucaracha? That's pretty cool. Or a goat sound. So these are real, this is some high-tech stuff right here. I also like my little megaphone feature. Hello, move away from the vehicle. That's cool too. In my Tesla Model 3, I love the premium connectivity. Premium connectivity is like $10 a month, but it's totally worth it, because what happens, it gives you things like this: Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and of course your Tesla tutorial. So for instance, if I want to go to Netflix, I can just pop that in, bam, and then, hey, while I'm sitting waiting, I can watch Netflix videos, which is kind of cool. All right. Also, you can get into YouTube. You can do that as well. Also, another thing I like to do is I go to my toy box, and I go to, every now and then, my wife and I are sitting here, and I'll turn this on and get cozy. You can actually hear it. You can hear the crackling of the fire. So that's kind of cool there. And it actually gets really hot too. So let's shut that off. And then you got the music too if you want it. You could really get nice right there. Okay. Okay. Also, owning my Tesla Model 3 for about 15 months, I haven't had any issues at all. The only type of issues I've had was I had a nail in the tire, which was my fault, obviously. So that was the only repairs I've had on there. Also, with the with the Tesla, they actually came and fixed the tire through, I ordered it through the Tesla mobile app, and a technician actually came to my house, uh, replaced the tire, and which of course I had to pay for, but they replaced the tire, and I was just sitting at home actually doing some work while the Tesla technician was giving me a new tire. So I do like that. I didn't have to talk to anybody when scheduling a service call on my Tesla, so I really like that feature. A lot of places you call up, you have to call the parts department, you got to call the service, you have to see what time is good for you, and they're doing all this with the Tesla mobile app. I just went on there, scheduled it, they were there right on time, fixed it, and that was it. So I really like that, as far as having or owning my Tesla. This is one place I definitely don't miss going to since I've owned my Tesla Model 3 in over 15 months, is an oil change place. Believe it or not, you go to these oil change places, it takes time, definitely money. Then you get there, sometimes you need things that or they tell you need things that you really don't need, like cabin filters and engine flush and all of that kind of stuff. So going all electric definitely save you time and money. You know what? Since Teslas don't have any type of muffler systems, there's no catalytic converters, there's nothing like that. Tailpipes is not, you don't have the tailpipe as well. So you'll never have to come to places like this and get emissions testing or smog testing. And you know what? By not going to places like this is actually going to save you a lot of time and money. So I'm definitely saying goodbye to places like this. You know what's a game changer as far as owning a Tesla is you never have to carry keys in your pocket. So if you have your phone, once you get out of your vehicle, the vehicle is going to lock and the windows will roll up automatically. That's a game changer. You know, it's another game-changing feature of my Tesla Model 3. It's called climate control. So that means I can control the temperature in my Tesla Model 3 from no matter where I'm at. And then I can put it at the desired temperature, and then I just go in the car and we're ready to go. So here's how you do it. And all you do is I can put my vehicle on. Once I put it on, so right now I can set the temperature to 70. If it was hot outside, I can put the seat warmers on. I can turn the steering wheel so that it's warm. And then once I do that, so for instance, if it was 0 degrees outside, I could set it to a nice toasty 72 degrees. And then all I'm doing is jumping in the car, and it's going to be perfect climate. And this is another really cool feature that I really have been enjoying about my Tesla Model 3, the automatic parking feature. So say I'm driving and I want to get to that spot right there. I'm just going to press the P, then I do start, and then guess what? It's going to do its thing. And this would be really handy, especially in really tight spots, especially if there was like 2 cars on either side of you. This might work. This would probably work extremely well. Okay, perfect. I'm going to tell you something. Another thing I like about my Tesla is it's nice and quiet. I mean, you don't hear engine noise. Now, you do hear a little noise from the outside, which I'm not really crazy about. That's one thing I don't like about it. I think it should be a little less noisy. But all in all, it's a smooth ride. The acceleration, like I'm going to accelerate right now. Look at this. Look at this acceleration. Look at that. I mean, this is probably faster than 90% of the cars on the road. I love it. You have instant torque, and that's really cool. which that will enable you to, move past slow people, move into, lanes quicker, move in nice and smoothly on a highway. So the speed is incredible, and I do like that. Then we're going to go over here and wrap it up. Okay, that was a little bit about my experiences of owning my Tesla Model 3 for 15 months. Also, Tesla does have a new referral program. So that if you go to my referral link that's listed in the description, you'll get $1,000 off your next brand new Tesla. Thanks for watching. Please like and definitely subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video.